Warning, warning, warning. This is a rant. Everything I say may not be acceptable, but I don't care because I'm mad. When I was a little boy, we had a whole house we lived in, and every plug-in in the house had two prongs on it, and every receptacle had two, count them, 1, 2, 2 prongs on it, and you'd plug the two-pronged plug into the two-pronged receptacle, and you'd have power unless you blew a fuse. Now, fuses, some of y'all ain't old enough to remember fuses. Fuses was this little glass thing with some metal on it, and it had a teeny tiny little doohickey inside, a little piece of stretched wire across there. You could see it. If something over here shorted out, it would blow that little thing to keep that from setting your house on fire. And to fix it, you had to unscrew that little thing, and then you had to go buy a new one. But if it was in the middle of the night and you lived in the country where you were 40 or 50 miles from the nearest hardware store and they wasn't going to be open till Monday anyway, you do what everybody did back then. You stick a penny in there or a piece of aluminum foil or something like that, and you'd screw it back in, and you'd have power again. Now, you'd be in danger of burning your house down, but sometimes you'd rather watch Ed Sullivan on the television show and take a chance on burning the house down rather than not get to see Ed Sullivan at all. And back then, we didn't have video recorders, and we couldn't record Ed Sullivan. So if that little guy was spinning them plates when the lights went out, you couldn't see if he ever dropped any plates, and it was wrong. It was wrong. So, some smart guy invented a breaker, a circuit breaker, which was awesome because when the circuit breaker broke, it had a little flip switch on it. It would go pink and your power would go off. And then you'd look around and say, well, why did my power go off? And you kind of look around the house, say, oh yeah, I got the TV on and honey babe's in there with the toaster on and somebody's in the other room and they're cutting and grinding out in the garage. So you'd put those things off, you'd flip the breaker and you'd have power again. As long as you didn't run them three electrical thingies at once, you was okay. That was an awesome thing. But then at some point, and I am convinced, there's politicians right now talking about going after the government because the government is contributing to people being poorer and in worse condition than they used to be, and there's big corporations that pay billions of dollars to give this money to these politicians so they can vote to make them do stuff. And I'm convinced that they voted to make them put these little things, I think they're called GFCI, which stands for no, I can't say that. I can't say that either. It stands for something that I can't say here on this channel. But let's just say this. What it does, we got ahead of ourselves. Hold on, back up. I went ahead a whole step. And the whole step I went ahead of was the number 3, the third plug. See, the thing is, we had two plugs, two receptacles. One went to the positive, one went to the ground. The electricity ran through it. It'd go to a motor, and one side would be positive, one side would be negative, and then it was magnetized because you turn the power on, and it'd spin the little motor around, and your washing machine would work. Well, some genius decided we needed a third plug, a third ground. We needed to have two grounds, not just one. One was no longer good enough. And it was so much so that the government said, yes, everything's got to have 3 plugs on it. You still only got one hot wire, but now you got 2 grounds. So you got a 3-prong plug. So you had to go through your house and pull out every plug and put in new plugs, or you couldn't get insurance, which is another thing that I've got problems with, is insurance companies getting rich while the rest of us get poor. But I don't want to go there either yet. I'm getting out of breath. My daddy used to say, as he was changing the plugs in the house, they only invented this so that electricians could make more money. And I believe that is true. I believe someone in a big corporation that made electrical plugs was saying, all these houses got all these electrical plugs and they'll last forever and we don't make no money that way. So let's make a third plug. Let's make the government require them to put these 3-prong plugs in, and we can sell a whole bunch more plugs. Everybody did that because we didn't have no choice. You couldn't get your house approved, and your insurance wouldn't give you house insurance if you didn't have these 3 plugs. So everybody was going around pulling out the plugs, which were perfectly fine. and putting in these 3-prong plugs, which was totally unnecessary, in my opinion. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion, and I don't care what safety says. I've already had a car fall on me. I've already blown up a propane tank in my garage. I've already been in a flood. I've had things happen to me that I've lived through already. And I don't need nobody to keep me safer than I already am. But let me get beside myself, or unbeside myself, whatever that means. So anyway, okay. We put 3-prong plugs in every freaking thing. We spent money. We did hard work. People that was rich, they'd just shell out some bucks to an electrician, and an electrician would come in, and he'd do all this, and he'd go home counting his money, and the rich people don't care because they got all kind of money. But us poor folks who counted our dollars, whose mom would go to the grocery store and couldn't spend more than $25 to get enough groceries to feed the whole family, because that's all the money we made. Guys only made, working the factory doing piecework, make $100 a week. Anyway, let's not go down that road. Sometimes I have to stop and breathe. So then, as if that wasn't bad enough, I'm guessing that again, these big electrical corporations decided, well, now that we got everybody to put 3-prong plugs in their house, we're not making enough money, so let's make it more bad. And they put a little tiny circuit breaker in the plug, and that was called a GFCU, which stands for things that I can't say on here. GFCI, whatever it is. So you could be in the house, and then go click, and the power would go off. And you'd have to go find the plug, and you'd have to push this little, that red button, white button, you have to push the button, and sometimes you have to do it a few times before it would catch to get your power to come back on. But then, if you put the toaster on and the microwave on and the air conditioner on all at the same time, it'd blow again. So you, at least that was something that was somewhat fixable for a while. But what they would do, like especially in that camper I got out there, is they'd run a GFCI plug over here, and they'd run the power from that plug to this one over here. That one could be in the bathroom, this one could be in the kitchen, and if the thing quit working, that would quit working too. And to fix it, you couldn't push it over here. You had to go find the bad one and push it over there, and if you were lucky, it'd start working, which sometimes you might not be that lucky. I'm not trying not to have a heart attack because I'm getting mad. Well, as if that wasn't bad enough, we all had to put up with these GFCI plugs in everything, and they broke. Every time something didn't work, we knew what it was. It was that freaking plug, because they was always breaking. As if that wasn't bad enough, some genius, and I'm guessing it was probably a big corporation again, throwing money at politicians, and the politicians voting for things that really ain't good for us American people. And they invented this. This is a freaking GFCI that's on a cord, and if you're trying to run a piece of equipment and this little flicker goes off, well, your piece of equipment don't work anymore, and you can mash this button till your finger wears out and you can't get it to work. Oh, that makes me mad. And I read online, the law doesn't require you to have these, but if you have them, you can't get insurance again. So the insurance company and the electrical company and the federal government and the politicians are all working against us poor freaking Americans, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. So, according to what I read online, these are only required if you're using something that involves getting wet. Well, so you find one of these on some tool. And I'll give you a good example. That air conditioner over there. Has one of these on it. Ain't no water gets in the plug. That plug is 5 or 6 or 8 feet long. When you plug it in, you're somewhere far away from where it's plugged in at. And air conditioners do condense and water comes out of them. But if you set them up right, the water goes outside and the plug is inside. But do you think that stopped them from putting these on every freaking air conditioner I own? No, it didn't. And do you know what? If you take this thing off and stick a regular plug, even a 2-prong plug on there, it'll work. Now, I ain't saying that to get sued. I'm saying that because I read online, if somebody sues me, I'm going to take them and show them to them that it's not illegal to do that. So recently, I'm trying to think of all the different things. I had a pump on my swimming pool. And the line's 20 feet long. So the line is way the heck out yonder somewhere, and the motor's way over here, and it went bad. Now, I bought 3 different pumps. Them things cost about $200 a piece. Well, the other day, I thought to myself, Seth, what would happen if I snipped this off and just put a plug on there? You know what happened? It worked. So then it happened on my pressure washer, and I snipped it off, and it worked. That's the sound of me revving up my motor, because I'm mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting tired. And these people, I know of a politician, and he's saying, you elect me, and I'm going to make the government work for the good of American people. Well, I would like, and one of the things I've heard him talk about is, all the gazillions of dollars that they give the politicians to get them to vote for what they want and not for what's good for us. Well, I want them to do away with these freaking things, or make one that freaking works. I'm tired of all my tools not working because of these stupid things. And you know what? I went online, and I thought, well, what would it cost to replace this? Home Depot for one of these? $22. $22 for a plug-in with a bunch of electrical crap in it that I don't want in the first place. Can we do something about that? Do we have to march on Washington and stand out in the yard and wave our arms and say, hey, we're getting tired of this crap? What's it going to take for you guys to think about us before you pass these stupid laws? And what's it going to take for you guys to stop taking money from corporations and from billionaires to do things that we don't want? All right, I'll stop talking now.